Board games, board games. We are going to play board games to enjoy our day. Board games. We are going to make board games. Let's give them a shake. We are going to play test two board games that were made by me and you. And I am talking in the second person perspective. Is that right? Am I talking in the second person's perspective to you, Sarah? Correct?
You know, it's embarrassing. I have a master's in English and I don't even know.
Okay. I'm talking in the perspective to Sarah from Big Girl Games. Sarah is this person. Sarah is her name. Board games, it's what we're going to play test. Board games to enjoy our day best. So, good morning, good afternoon, good whatever it is, wherever you are. This is my new show, Playful Shenanigans, where we play something at 4 p.m. UK time, which is 11 a.m. EDT, or 11 p.m. if you are in Perth, Australia. And I am Bez, and here with me is Sarah, and today we are going to be playing a couple of prototypes. I managed to make something which fits our restrictions. Last time on Tuesday, we playtested. I've not got the paper for it anymore. It was like lots of little boxes, lots of little Tetris shapes that we fitted together, and then we talked about the nature of games that might be able to be playable on a sheet of blank paper.
There it is.
I got it. No, this is a different game.
Oh, that is a different game. Oh, that's
so this is my new game, but it's not very good. I played it 3 times, and then I was like, yeah, I'm quite bored of this. And then I completely changed it. I those 3 times were trying to tweak things, and I was like, this is not. And then I changed things quite a bit, and I was like, yeah. And then I was too tired, and then. But anyway, I have an idea. And you, I hear, even though your idea is also potentially quite bad right now, but you have something as well.
I do. I have a game as well, and I'm hoping, yes, it will be seeable. So, we'll see. We'll see how it goes.
Okay, and so what we said were the rules were that we had to make a game that someone can show cards, and I've redrawn on cards that I was already using. I've drawn them in bigger black text so you can sort of see them, and sometimes they're not there. Sometimes they're in little triangle orientations.
Cute. All right.
So it's very abstract. Is yours completely abstract as well, or did you manage to make a theme?
No, I didn't even think about a theme. So no, it's just like dominoes with designs rather than numbers, basically.
Okay. Well, let's take a step back. Of course, I am Bez. I've made yogi. I really love games, and you are Sarah.
I am.
And yeah, who are you? We talked about you've got a doggo companion. You're trying to do some. You've got a PhD in water policy. What's that all about?
I don't know. No. I would like, if I ever get a job in my field, I'd like to work with some organization that is trying to do good work for water equity for people and the environment, basically. Lots of policies come about because you know who has the money. Big businesses, agriculture. I'm from a farming family. I'm not anti-agriculture at all, but I'd like to see more equitable water policies all over the world. So that's my thing. I wish I could do, but nobody has hired me yet. So in the interim, I make games. Woo!
And hello to Flo, and happy Friday to you. I hope you are generally well. If you are wanting to play along, you might be able, hopefully, neither of us have played each other's games.
No.
So we are here just to show, it's like a show and tell.
It is. Yeah, Flo, but definitely.
Or a show and discuss. But I hope that you're having a happy Friday yourself. Thank you very much for joining Inflow. And Sarah, so you are a dog person rather than a cat person.
I mean, in our house we have a dog and a cat, and the cat belongs to my roommate, or my roommate belongs to her cat. I don't know which one it is. And I get along with all. I've always had all kinds of pets. I've lived with rats. I've had all sorts of pets, but I am very much a dog person. I've had a very good doggo for a very long time, so I'm sort of biased.
So, like, you want this kind of bouncing energy, this enthusiasm that a dog can give you.
I need that. Yes, I do. Because I also, we were talking about how like the weather is kind of like, today. And I am also a little fatigued, but I have chronic fatigue. I have chronic fatigue syndrome, or ME as it's known in the UK. And so I definitely need that like very positive energy to help me get up and going some days.
Yeah, sometimes knowing that you have to take this dog for a walk, that conversely, if you are going to go away for a distance and you want someone to take care of your pets, if you've got cats, it's very simple.
Yeah.
Or if you've got fish, that's probably even simpler. Okay.
Right?
But if you've got cats, someone pops in and puts in some food into the bowl twice a day, but I might have been taking care of the cats last weekend, and then one of them, Curtis, pops over to the garden anyway. Curtis is quite happy to get company elsewhere. But then the other one, little Frankie, she's got problem in one eye. She's not the best, and so she ventures out into the local garden, but doesn't go over the fence or anything. And so Frankie wants a wee bit of attention sometimes, and honestly it was a wee bit irritating streaming there and then Frankie wandering in front of the camera, but it was also quite fun. I'm not going to from the perspective of someone who was just doing house sitting for a few days, it was very enjoyable.
That's good.
So shall we start off with the things and play these games?
Sure.
Who should go first? Shall we roll a die for it?
I guess so.
Die.
I guess so.
Okay. Right. I will roll it in.
Go ahead and roll. I guess you've got to roll for me too, because I took all of my dice over for Crash Panda.
Evens, you go first. Odds, I go first.
Okay.
It was a 5.
All right.
What did we say? I go first. Okay.
Yes.
Oh my gosh. Okay. Well,
that's good. That gives me time to figure out how we're going to score mine. I've not figured that part out yet. All right, so, I'm ready.
I am going to tell you the last way that I played this. That was before it started going even more downhill.
Okay.
So you've got little letters. You're going to draw them each time. Sometimes you ignore the Tetris shapes that was from the previous game.
Yeah.
So ABC, it has to touch at least one previously drawn letter on the side. And you can rotate them, you can flip them. So with the corner, as long as A is in the corner or the right thing is in the corner, as long as the right thing is in the middle, you're all good. Now, you score by having a square of 4 that is 2 things in 2 of the corners and 2 different things in the other 2 corners.
Ooh, okay.
So if you've got A and A here and B here, or if you've got... So all of those essentially give you 1 point. So it doesn't matter what orientation it is. So you can... If you look here, you've got the A's and the B's, and even if they're flipped, that could score twice. So you draw a little circle, and that's 2 points.
Okay.
So you can have something scoring in multiple things, if that makes sense. At the end, you score 1 point for each circle you've drawn, and you deduct 1 point for the unused letter that you have the most left over of.
Oh. 1 for each of those? So like if you have like 8 C's left over and 2 A's and a B, you'd be minus 8?
Yes, this is from this is a bit messier because I started off drawing the squares around it until I realized that you don't actually need to draw the squares to make it obvious.
Yeah.
But
No, I see that. Okay.
here, yeah, so I've got 5 C's, 1, 2, 3. Oh no. Why is it 12 minus 5? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Because this B was drawn in a square, but it's not actually been used. And so I had 3 C's unused, 2 A's unused, and 5 B's. And I had 12 circles. So I scored 12 minus 5, which gives me 7 points.
Okay. All right. Okay. I think I can figure this out. Ready.
And I'm thinking that I think I played that we go through the deck about 3 times, but twice is probably enough to tell us all we need to know about it.
Okay.
So, start off by drawing an A, B, and C on your bits of paper. It really doesn't matter.
All right.
Just draw A, B, C somewhere on your bits of paper.
All right.
Next, you've got to draw B, A, C. And remember, you're allowed to flip it around. So as long as it is in that order. And I'm going to do it like so and score my first point.
Yeah, I was thinking about doing that as well. I guess that's what I'm doing. Okay. But you don't score it now, right? You wait and add them all up later?
Yes.
Okay.
I don't keep a tally. I'm just drawing a circle to say, boom, that's ACB. So you've got C in the corner. You are allowed to rotate this or even flip it as you wish. I'll be curious to know if you've done the same as me.
No, so I did my first 2 the same, but then I put mine over here. So I'm going to try to start a new set of things happening over in this corner.
So BCA is the next one. Ooh. BCA. And I've put the BCA here, so I am scoring my 3rd point.
Yep. Let's see. I'm definitely not. I have well, All right, I can do it like that, and I can get the point here. All right.
The next one is A, B, C. So this time, B is in the center. So A, B, C.
Oh, I have totally screwed this up. Okay, that's fine.
I've popped my ABC there, remembering that 2 letters can be parts of 2 different things.
Yeah.
And so got that going on. And finally, so we're about halfway through the game, CAB. So CAB. Oof.
Center. Let's see. All right. I'm going to have like 0 points at the end.
I managed to get another point by doing the AB down there, but I've got 3 unused C's. So now on the second way through the cards, I'm going to
4 unused C's. Not planning very well. All right.
Okay, so I shuffle these and we go through once more. And we've got BAC again. Oof. manage to use one of my C's and score another point?
Yeah, I should have tried to use a C, but I didn't see a place that I could do that on here. I've got yet another C sticking out of an edge.
We've got C, A, B. Remember, you are allowed to flip them.
Oh, yeah, I am. Let's see. A is in the center. Okay. So I can't put it here.
I'll put it on my top right to score another point and use one of the A's. Now is the time to start thinking about whether your unused things are balanced or not.
Oh, totally
Maybe.
unbalanced. Totally. I think I have as many open C's as I have circles.
So I guess it's all about using your C's in your situation.
Yeah, but I don't know how to
A, C,
get
B.
that in there.
A, C, B. So C is in the center. As long as C is in the center, you can flip it or whatever you like. And I've done this to score another wee point.
Oh my gosh.
B, C, A. So C is in the center again, but this time it's a straight. B, C, A. Okay, that's not good. I'm thinking in my situation, I've got 2 B's and 2 A's and a C, so I really want to start using the A's and the B's. So I don't think I can. Oh no, wait. B, C, A. Boom. Wow. I slotted BCA just there in the top, and I managed to score 2 points with one move.
Oh, gosh.
I'm very proud of that.
That's awesome.
Thank you. A, B, C. So this time B is in the center. Oof. A, B, C. Put myself a cheeky little 1 point down there.
Whoops. Yeah, I'm not straight. I think I have messed up. Cool. Okay.
And Stream Elements reminds us it's stretching time, although we are now on the last card.
Okay.
So the final card is ABC, the wee corner. So B has to be in the center, but otherwise you can flip and rotate as you wish. And
well, I ended up with, oh no, I still have 5 C's. It's fine. It's fine.
A, B, C.
All right. Don't
I put it over here. And now looking at my sheets, I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Minus, I've got 2 B's, 1 C, and 1 A. So it's 12 minus 2 is 10.
I got 4. Oh, it's fine. It's fine.
And I'm going to just do stretching. So what are your first thoughts on that? Because basically what I felt was that it was marginally interesting the first time, but then once you've played it 3 times, there's no surprises. You're always doing the same thing, and it's like, okay, I did it. And you know, if it were like, hey, here's a bunch of games to try a few times, and then once you've mastered it, you're going to throw it away 10 minutes later. But that's not what we're ideally going for.
Yeah. Hmm.
But
I mean, so
and
my first shot at it, of course, I thought it was fun. I was laughing. I was doing terribly. I grew up
hello,
doing.
Xenofuel. This
Hello,
is Sarah.
hello. I grew up in a very competitive family, and so I'm often just not competitive, if that
Mm-mm-mm.
makes sense. Um,
You're kind of reacting against the competitive nature that was instilled upon you as a
yeah,
child.
yeah.
You decided,
Um,
hey, I'm just not going to bother.
Yeah,
Um,
yeah. So like I do spend a lot, and I'm always, not always, but I'm often the teacher in my, regular gaming group. Like I'm the one who reads the rules. I'm the one who kind of teaches gameplay on a lot of games. And so I just kind of expect to never win. Because when I'm teaching, I'm helping somebody else have like a good first experience. Um, so I just was having fun going, oh, I'm terrible at this. Like I would definitely want to play again. But I also wonder, I mean, and I get that you're trying to have as few cards or as few things to print as possible, but I also wonder if you don't need a few more um, options.
I mean, it wasn't because of printing. Like, I would,
Mm-hmm.
if I had imagined something that used 18 cards but was a much better game, I would have gone with that. But
Mm.
the reason that I chose six is basically because there are six possibilities.
Sure,
So
sure.
I was thinking, okay, do I make it so that there's I like I like it when game pieces you've got a certain way that things can be organized, and then you do all those permutations.
Right,
So it's like
right.
A, B, C. There's one of each of them. There's a corner, or
Mm-hmm.
there's a straight line, and because you can rotate, because you can flip, that means there are six permutations. If
Mm-hmm.
I'd said you can start having two of one,
Mm-hmm.
then I guess that would explode it quite a bit. If I said
Yeah,
there's
yeah.
like four possibilities, that might be quite a bit to think about, to keep in your head. And I was just thinking, well, three's the magic number. I'll go with that and start with
Mm.
that. But like, do you have a specific idea of what should be the extra bits in there? Because I agree with you. I feel like it is a game that's very much pushing you towards playing in a very particular way.
Yeah,
And if I
yeah.
look at my first time I played, I got 12 minus 5.
Mhm.
And second time I played, I got 14 minus 2. And then the third time I played, I was like, oh, I wonder how would it work if you were getting rid of your least, if you know what I mean. So if you
Mm.
just had to get rid of one of them, and then I realized, oh, actually, that's really trivial. And I realized that I was always scoring 1 point every turn. I was I didn't think it would be possible to score more than 1 point a turn, but
Hmm.
somehow I managed to do one,
Mhm, mhm.
like, which I was really impressed by. But maybe there is a wee bit of expanding and like, okay, get the AC and getting the channel on the other side and then slotting it in. So maybe there is a little bit more to go, but it never felt truly exciting. It wasn't like,
Mhm.
I mean, the payoff for that is one more point. And that's not
Yeah.
a massive thing. Like getting 2 points on one turn, that was it wasn't like a big momentous occasion. It never felt
Mhm.
exciting, really.
Yeah.
And it just feels like you're. But maybe, I don't know. Maybe there is a wee bit more to play with. If I really don't know.
I don't
But
know.
shall we try your game and
Sure.
then shall we maybe try your game, discuss that, and then have a talk about whether the two things can be combined or not, or whatever?
Sure. Mine is totally different, and
Oh,
came
interesting.
from the idea that you threw something out, and then you were like, no, no, I'm not interested in that, and I'm like, ooh, but I kind of am, and so I went with it. So I did a domino based game. There are five. There are five designs, we'll call them for
Okay.
lack of a better word. So there's horizontal stripes. Here are all of the stripe possibilities. Horizontal stripes, vertical stripes, and diagonal stripes. There are blanks. There's a blank, and there's a polka dot. So there's a polka dot.
And yeah, Xenofield, this is literally, I've never heard of this game before. Sarah, this is literally fresh off the designing board. So you can, all you need is a bit of blank paper and a pen.
Yeah, that's all you need, just a piece of blank paper and a pen. And then there are some permutations. So there are 25 cards. There's an equal number of each design. Most of them are a single domino on a card, but some of them give you a choice, and you have to choose one of the two.
Are you allowed to rotate them?
You are, but here's the trick, and I realized after I'd already drawn all of these what I needed to do differently. If you choose, say, polka dots and vertical, it doesn't matter which direction you draw it, but you've got to draw polka dots and vertical. Does that make sense? So even though it shows it this way, like if you were to actually take a domino and flip it, it would turn them horizontal. But my idea is that these are going to be vertical, whether you draw them at the top of the polka dots or at the bottom of the polka dots, if that makes sense.
Yeah, absolutely. That makes perfect sense. So yeah, horizontal stripes are horizontal stripes, even if you rotate them imaginary 90 degrees.
Yes, exactly. And then there are a few cards that also have a question mark. So this is a blank side and a side that you get to decide what goes on it.
Nice.
Thank you, Xenofield. I appreciate that. And so what I am doing is I'm starting with my 25 cards, and I'm going to shuffle them up, and then I'm going to deal away the top 5.
Okay, so there's 20 turns?
Yes. So there will be 20 turns. And so that adds just a little tiny element of randomness.
So you can't cards count, got it?
Yes. So here's what you're drawing. You can draw them wherever you want on your page. You do have to at least have, one touching like you've done on yours.
Yep. So first one goes in the middle of the page. Each subsequent one has
side, wherever. Yep. But the next one has to touch at least one and at least one position. However you want to do that, and you're limited to a 7x7 square.
Ooh.
So within that 7x7 square, you have to try to get all of these, but don't draw the 7x7 square. So I'm thinking I don't ever want to throw out another game name, but if you've played King Domino, you have to set the dominoes, and you can't go beyond 6x6 or 7x7. That's the idea that I have with that.
Okay, so you're trying to, there's 40 dominoes you're trying to draw, like 40 squares. And you've got 49 squares of space, okay?
Right.
But there's no limits on what they can be touching.
That's right. But how you score is by...
So you don't have to match shades. When you place them, you can do whatever you want, Xenofield.
You can. But the way that you score is by having, at the end, contiguous areas. So up to 10, you can score up to 10 contiguous, and by that I mean orthogonally touching, not diagonally touching, of one design. And the other way that you can score is to have 5 in a row of column that's one each of the designs. So it kind of forces you to make a choice between matching them or not matching them.
So do you know exactly how many points you're going to get for those things? Because
I have no idea, because this is about the 4th point schematic I've thought of, and I haven't liked any of my other ones.
Let's just think of something arbitrary. Let's find. So if you've got 5 in a row, no, sorry, not in a row, but in a column. So if you've got 5,
if you have one of each design
in a column, not in a row, but in a column. You get, let's say, 5 extra points. Does that sound reasonable?
Sure.
And you also score for, is it one group? Is it like your biggest group that you...
I was thinking any any touching contiguous grouping would be triangular scoring. So minimum of 2. So if you have 2 touching anywhere of any design, that's 3 points. 3 touching would be 6 points, up to 10.
So 10 would be 55. And if you are allowed to score 10 touching, that's going to potentially mean
so
that...
maybe it should just be per. Okay, you're right. That's not
the
fair.
other way you could do it is you could say you score the number touching minus a certain amount. Like you could say if it's 3, then it's 1 point, like subtract 1 from it. So if it's 5, then it's 3. If it's 6, then it's 4. 10 is 8. I don't know. You could also give a certain threshold, because what I did for an old game for the L deck called Muckle was that I said you score your word length minus 2. So a 3-letter word is 1, 4 letters is 2, 5 letters is 3, but then there's a break at 6 and 7 and another break at 8. So 6 isn't 4, 6 is actually 5. And 7 is 6, but then 8 you get the full 8. And that was kind of because I realized that actually the difference between 5, 6, 7, 8 letter words is where it gets quite tricky. But doing size minus a certain amount might be a simple way to start off.
Yeah, I'm reading the comments here. You're right. It is tricky. I think it's going to be easier to get 5 in a row than a group together. Yeah, well, and the 5 in a row isn't 5 of one design in a row. It's each of the 5 different designs in a row.
And that's in a column.
Or a column, yeah.
Wait, are you scoring each column and each row separately?
Yeah, that was my idea. Was that if you can get one of each of the different designs together, either in a row or a column, each time you can do that, you could get the extra points, because it's not as easy. I didn't think it was as easy as it seemed. Maybe you would.
I don't know. I really don't know. And do you still want to do... So maybe the notion of doing... My strategy is to put 5 different designs in the road and build off the other matching ones. Yeah, I would be thinking, okay, it potentially you're trying to line them up diagonally for 25 if you can. But yeah, we'll see how it goes.
Well, but it's gonna. Maybe you might be able to do that. We'll see. We'll see what happens. Okay, here's. How about if that is just the goal?
That is the only way to score.
The only goal is to get one of each of the 5 different designs in rows and columns, and you get 5 for each.
Okay, let's do that. Let's find out how...
How does that sound to the field? Does that sound like a good... Does that make sense?
I mean, we'll try it, and then we'll see if it's completely trivial. Then clearly we need the other thing to do. Then
still limited to 7 by 7. Yes, it is.
Okay.
All right. Excellent.
Great.
All right. So here we go with the very first. It is diagonal and blank.
Diagonal and blank. Well, it makes literally no difference how you put it. So. But I can confirm that I have drawn a diagonal blank.
As have I. Right.
Okay, what's the next one?
All right. The next one is, a diagonal and a vertical.
Diagonal and vertical. Okay.
I drew mine wrong. So
maybe I should have started off making sure one column was working, but I put it that way.
Oh, okay. That's good.
What's
All
next?
right, we ready for the next one? All right, the next one you have a choice. So you can either have a polka dot and a diagonal or a polka dot and a vertical.
Okay, so I've got one row that has 4 different things.
I'm like this. This is vertical. I wrote the wrong thing on the top.
Bit together. Okay.
Yeah, we'll see. We'll see if that's a good strategy or not. Oh, the next one is also a double. So you can either do a horizontal and a diagonal or a blank and a polka dot. Lots of options on this card.
Wow, that is quite a bit. I am going to put the horizontal at the end of my line to give me the first set, which means that I will go with the diagonal and start off my next row.
Oh, very nice. I'm still stuck in everything is together, but so far both of my rows are different, and so far all of my columns are starting out different. So we'll see. We'll see if it's a good strategy or a bad one. All right, here we have a polka dot and a diagonal.
Okay, let me try and work out for a moment. 40 times 49, so 5. You've got 25, and then. So I'm just trying to imagine if you had. Yeah. I'm going. Okay, I've drawn something.
As have I. Oh,
I've decided to put the diagonal on a brand new row to keep basically each row and each column unique.
Good, good.
Okay.
All right. The next one is horizontal and diagonal.
Horizontal, diagonal. Oh my gosh. Indeed, indeed.
I don't need any of these. Oh, wait, I do. Oh, but I need it there. But then I don't want a diagonal there. Well, shoot. Okay, all right. It's fine. I guess I'm going up. Yeah, I have this desire to like stay clumped, and staying clumped might not be the best choice, but so far, well, I now have a mess on that line, but so far the rest of mine are doing good.
Desire to make each line perfect so far, but that does mean that I am going to have to require very specific things later on.
Yeah. I can still get a 5 on that one if I go down with 2 that are different. So I'm still good. Okay, here we have polka dot and vertical.
Polka dotsy vertical.
Holy schmoly, there's lots of polka dots going on here.
I am reasonably happy with this.
Here, and I'm going to put vertical here. I'm running out of room to go up because I wrote my rules at the top of my page. So I'm going to be writing through my rules here in a minute. Oh, here's a double. Double horizontal.
Oh my gosh, you've got doubles in there.
I do have doubles in here.
Well,
that changes everything.
Not very helpful for the current scoring system. Do you have hot doubles potentially of all 5 of?
I potentially do.
Okay.
Oh, it is so mean. I'm such a big meanie.
Horizontal. Oh my gosh.
All right. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay, this is just my 6th row across, so I can still go this direction.
Okay, I'm going to.
But that does give me 2 rows that are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
I've managed to get
4, 5. Yes.
1 column and 1 row is complete now
Oh,
for me.
nice. I have these 2 rows. These 2 rows are both gonna score. So we'll see what else happens.
Nice.
I can start filling in some of the other gaps.
Okay.
All right, here's another choice. So you can either do a diagonal and a blank, or you can do a horizontal and a vertical.
Diagonal and blank, or horizontal and vertical. Neither of... I don't know. Well, oh.
I have some rows that are I have some columns that are garbage. Xenofuel.
Horizontal and vertical. Okay, I've put it just in there, and yeah.
All right. So we're being asked how many cards are left. 1, 2, 3, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. We're halfway through.
Okay.
All right.
Can you put it into a pile of 5 so you can remind us when we're 5 to go?
You bet.
Thank you very much.
Sure. All right. Oh, the next one is also a choice. So you can either have the blank and vertical, or horizontal and polka dot.
Blank and vertical does give me another row, so I've now got 3 scoring lines, and it gives me 4 in this column here. But it does mean that my top row is really, really rubbish.
Polka dot. I would have to have something else over here. I'm talking my way through this one. Pardon me. So here's a question that I should ask. So actually, I have not decided yet where I'm putting this, but let's look at this guy. So I have potentially 6 across, right? So I can only do 1 more in this direction or 1 more in this direction. But I have these 2 rows, both have 5 of a kind. So what if I put a horizontal over here? Would I then get to count it twice, or would I only get to count it once?
What do you mean you get to count it twice?
So here I have 5 of a 5, 1 of each kind. I've got a point row here. So what if I put a horizontal in this spot right here? Would this then start a different row of 5?
I wouldn't have thought. I thought it was just
1 per row or 1 per column. Okay.
For me, it was for me, the intuitive way is once per each line, whether column or row.
Okay. I think that
seems more intuitive to you.
I'm sorry, this is the same one. I have not decided yet because I tend to make things way too complicated, and that's why I'm asking. Because I think simpler is better. But I tend to, okay, I'm sorry. This is still the same card. I just have not decided yet because I asked this question. So
we could ponder this at the end. Xenofuel says I've only been counting 1 section of 5, but that's potentially a good double score rule.
So you would like the double score rule, is what you're saying?
I think that it would have to be clarified a wee bit more. I think it's worth us playing it without that rule, like with the simpler version, and then we can talk about ways to change it afterwards.
Yeah, that's true. Let's stick today with the simple. Yep. Okay. All right. We're all in agreement without for now. And I'm still talking about it, and I still have not placed my thing. So I do apologize that I'm just like blah, 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 blah.
It's all good. It's all good.
All right. So I've already got, don't have a blank in this row, though.
I've only got 3 different things on the top row. Can you believe that?
Oh, no. At least you've still got 2 more spaces, though, there, right? You only have 5.
Yeah. I could still potentially get, all 5 in the 7, but maybe I don't want to. Maybe I... Oh, Xenofuel, you're exactly
that's your, like, throwaway row.
Yeah, I've drawn little dots to remind myself.
2 so far. Okay, what am I doing? What am I doing?
Where I can go.
I don't know if that's the right decision. I've already drawn it. I'm going to have to do it. Okay. All right. All right. Yeah. Okay. All right. So that's the first of the next 5. So now we have a double blank.
Oh, wow. Double blank.
I hate this card.
Okay.
Although I could
I can see
usually put it
2 potential. All the doubles are going to be really annoying, but knowing that
they
are
are
potentially coming up. So I'm not sure how much of a difference it makes for me. I can see 2 really good spots, either here where the blank is good for that column, here where the blank is good for that column. Either way, it would be good for this row. So I would be getting 4 in the column and 4 in the row, which is quite nice.
Yeah.
And I don't think it makes any difference between those 2 options.
Yeah.
So I'm just going to pick one of them semi-arbitrarily.
Nice. All right, here's our first. You get to decide. So it's a horizontal and whatever you want.
Oh my gosh. Wow.
I do want a horizontal over here. I think I'm going to stick it. I'm going to stick it here.
Horizontal and...
Yes. Yes, yes, yes. Woo, woo, woo. All right. I'm very excited about that one. Sorry. 1, 2,
Did
3,
you manage to
I
score twice?
2. I got 2. I got 2 with this one card. Woo!
Very nice. Xenofuel
right.
suggests that blank should have a circle, just to make it clear that you've not forgotten to draw something on it. That's a fair point.
Okay.
And there's a spot on my board that has the double blank, but it was empty already before. Yeah, I can see how that could be confusing.
Oh, okay. All right. All right. So, and yeah, that's, you know what, you're right. Because I haven't left any spaces between things yet, but you're right. When I draw the blanks now, I'll go ahead and stick a circle in them to make it clear if you want to then put circles on your blanks. And
I'll do that retroactively. There we go. And also, just to say, the reason I gave a link to the Discord here was in case you want to upload your picture, you can do that either in the in the Playful Shenanigans thing or the Games Played or Share Cool Stuff, wherever you feel you want to do it. But is that the next one? Dottie's blank.
Yes, Dottie's and blank. I don't know where to put this one. My own self.
Well, I can
1, 2,
do
3,
a double.
4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I'm 6 by 6 at the moment. I mean, I don't have a square by any means, but.
Wait.
Oh my gosh, we've gotten so many polka dots. I'm like, where do I put it? I have blanket polka dots in every line, except this one.
Okay, I have decided to fix my width. So because that's the exact 2 that I needed to sort that, I've gone up there.
Yeah, I have 7. I've got 7 width as well now. So I just wrote little numbers below the columns. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I only have 6. I'm also going to have to draw through my numbers. It's fine. I made mine way too big. And I think that was 4. So another double horizontals.
Diagonals.
I mean diagonals. Thank you.
No worries.
All right, 1, 2.
I've got a diagonal on every line. And every column. That's completely useless to me. 1, 2.
Let's see. Got a diagonal there. have one there. I have one there. I have one there. I do not have one here yet. Okay, let me think.
Unless, okay, so that would be 25, and then I'm trying to imagine how many blanks, how many empty spaces we're going to have on the 7x7 grid. I guess just 9.
9. Mm-hmm.
So, yeah, that's like 2 half edges, or so. Yeah, there's okay.
Whew, yeah, let me think.
Okay, I've done diagonals here because that row already had everything, and so I'm thinking that potentially I could bring those columns down and put diagonals into them.
Mm-hmm.
We'll see how things go.
I think I'm going to go up. I've actually had to refold my paper to give myself room at the top to go up one more. So I think I'm going to do that. That's probably a mistake, but it's the mistake I'm
one
making.
Potential problem with this genre of game where you don't have a pre-printed thing,
but I don't think you should. I don't think you should. I think you should have to try to figure out where to put them without the pre-printed thing, because the pre-printed thing limits you like this. And I get, you know, I should have started with like a whole sheet instead of a half sheet. But I feel like this is like with King Domino, like you're limited, but you're not limited where you can, like how far you can go in any direction before you hit that limit.
Sure.
You know what I mean?
Like, I'm not saying for this specific game. I'm just saying that any of these games, like, it is a shortcoming to be aware of. But
yeah.
Anyway.
Well, and I should have just drawn mine smaller. Okay, there's 5 cards left. So here's the next one.
Horizontally, vertically. Okay.
I needed one of those things. What did I need? Perfect.
I'm glad you're enjoying it, Xenofuel.
Me too.
Horizontally, vertically. Oh my gosh. I'm going to make little notes to myself. That's what I need there. 1, 2, 3, 4. That's what I need there.
Oh, yeah, okay. John Borders when I had vertical.
Oh,
yeah, that's a good idea too. That's a very good idea too.
I've kind of done little, that's what I need as my 5th thing.
Oh, nice.
Because, yes, horizontally and vertical is completely useless to me in any of my existing rows. So I'm going to just try and do the 6th one. Because why not? All
right, 4 cards to go. 4 cards to go. Here's a choice of horizontal and blank or vertical and diagonal. Oh, what do I need here? I need horizontal here. That will be blank. Oh, and I'm sorry, I said I would draw a circle in it, so let me put a little circle in the blank. There we go. Horizontal. I should just start calling those circles rather than blanks.
And whoops. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I have actually I've managed to do the new column that I was bringing down. That seems to have worked off, I think.
Oh, good.
So let's see the next one. Come on, give me some dots.
The next one is a vertical and a question mark, so you can decide what goes in that other space.
And after this, there are 3 to go?
Yes. This one.
I am going to choose to use the extra flexibility to finish off this column, which otherwise might have been a bit tricky because I needed 2 specific things. Knowing that here I could do 2 at once, but I'm banking on there being a
Oh,
dotty one later on.
Oh, yep. There's a good chance, but we'll see. We'll see what happens.
I need some dots and some blanks, enough. I mean circles and nothing else. What's everyone else needing?
I need a horizontal and actually, oh, I can't put anything there. Oh, whoops. Oh, that's okay. I already got that line. I might need a polka dot as well. All right, here we go. Vertical, whoops. Vertical and, oh, sorry, I keep forgetting. Vertical and blank.
Okay.
That's not as helpful as it could have been.
Vertical and circle. The circle gives me another column. So, whew.
Let's see. Oh, I can put that there and finish that one. 1, 2, 3, 4.
I do like how it, even though it's marginally trickier on the brain, I do like how the patterns actually look prettier than just letters. Do you know what I mean?
All right, 2 to go. This is the next to last one. A horizontal and a, oh, I keep forgetting, and a blank.
Xenophile might be at the end of their ability to score anymore.
Oh, wow.
Blimey.
So there does need to be some sort of secondary scheme, and I have an idea for that, actually.
So I've scored another column.
Oh, nice.
I really, really, really want my polka dot to go in here to score twice.
Let's see. 1, 2, 3, 4. So I can put this here because what I need is horizontal, and that's a blank. Okay. Put a little line across there. Okay. And here's the very last card.
Polka, polka. Yes.
Blank and question mark. Can I get anything with this? Ooh, I can.
And with that polka dot, that means that both the row and the column are scoring quite a bit. So I think that 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11.
Cool. All right, I've got 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 4.
And yeah,
5.
let's see if your playful shenanigans. Thank you. I will share this screen, Xenophile.
I only got 7.
So this is Xenophile's one, which has I see you did the lines in the middle. 1, 2, 3, 4 lines horizontally. 1, 2, 3, 4 vertically.
Nice.
Just to clarify, because by the way, it looks like you've got a question mark there at the bottom middle. Xenophile, I'm not sure what's going on with that. But the other...
Okay, but you could put anything in there that you wanted or needed, but it looks like maybe you... So that if you had put a diagonal there, you would have finished another one, right? Or not?
Yeah, I think so. With a blank horizontal... Yeah, if that was a diagonal, then the bottom row would also score. And Flo was playing as well. And Flo got 8 points. Congratulations. And... Oh, no. Not that you can score diagonally.
No.
But,
if you put a diagonal in where that question mark is, that would have been 5 different ones, right? Because isn't that a polka dot in the little narrow one?
Yeah. And so I think what happens here is that there was a misinterpretation, because you and I, Sarah, you and I thought that it's 5 different things in a row or column. But Xenofuel, I believe, thought that the 5 different things have to be consecutive touching.
That's what I meant. Mine were all consecutive.
But okay, so they do have to be consecutive.
Yeah, I'm sorry. That was not.
Oh, actually, it would have worked for you anyway. If that was diagonal, then you
The
score from the second to the left. So you start from polka dots, then diagonal, then circle, then vertical, then horizontal. Does that make sense, Xenofuel? I'm actually now, if you have to do consecutive, my things don't, a lot of my things don't work.
Oh, I'm sorry.
No, that's fine. So one that works. So
that would be a rules clarification: consecutive versus just in a row or column. And that's why I was asking my question about once you've finished your 5, if you get, if you add whatever is on one end to the other end, can you score it on both sides? So I think our confusion started that I was thinking of them as consecutive and you
I was playing a much easier game.
Yes, you're right. You're right. It could be vague.
4, 5. I did manage to do that. Sorry, I'm counting up how many I actually managed to get now. 2, 3, 4.
Well, 5. I think you should count for the way you were playing because I didn't have my rules well.
No. Actually, most of these I have managed to do. 1, 2, 3, 4. So apparently, 3 of the ones that I did were the way that I thought, but not the way that you thought. So let me show my stuff again. So you can see where I've drawn a little cross. So, for example, there, I have an additional vertical in the middle. And here I have, repeated things that don't quite work. But
so we got lots of 8s and I got 7. And so here's what I had thought of as a way, as a secondary thing that could be a fun addition to how you score and make it even more strategic, would be to also score on squares, which I didn't get any at all, but I would have if that had been a scoring thing. So like I would have potentially made a square here. I would have potentially made a square. Oh, I'm going the wrong direction. Over here with horizontals. And I had thought about having that be like a second way to get points. So what do you, Flo and Xenofuel, what do you think about having that little extra way to get points?
Can I
like
just
5
check
in a
with you,
row
Sarah?
Would be 5 points.
Sarah, how many points did you get?
7. I mean, 35 if we're counting it times 5.
But if everything's 5 points, you might as well just say how many. So you got 7. Flo and I got 8. Xenofuel got 8, but could have scored 9, but they didn't see something. And yeah, that does seem quite close. Maybe annoyingly close. Like maybe ties are a bit too likely. Honestly, I really like this one. I don't think it would take that much more. In terms of the rules, I think it's actually really close to being a great game. In terms of like the cards, I think there's a lot more that could be done in terms of like exactly how the cards are distributed and what you take out or what you leave in. But
so there's an equal number of all of the designs. There's just the 2 things that randomize it are having a handful of, you have to make a choice, and removing 5 from the starting deck after you shuffle. And I kind of like adding just a little bit of randomization in so that you don't know exactly what you're getting every time. I think that
feels like
adds a little bit of replayability to it.
Yeah, that feels like a good amount. So pardon me. Yeah, with 5 in a row, that means that the 6th one would have to be the same. So, yeah, basically, if you've got 5 in a row here, that would mean that I have to get a circle, then a diagonal repeated, and then I could have 3 points rather than just 1 point. Because it would be 5 here, and then another 5 here, and then another 5 here.
Yeah. So maybe you're limited to only scoring 1 per row or column, but then you could have. So we're having this conversation over here about the 2 by 2. You could also score. So you could score 5 points per row or column, or you could score 4 points for a square of matching.
They are very tangential. Like, I don't think you could do both of those things though. Which is
totally could have though if there was a score for it, because like I stuck this in this direction and ended up not getting to score. Well, I scored this line, but not this one, or column, but not this one. Whereas I could have put something different up at the top up here to score the column, and I could have had a square of 4 blanks or circles in that corner. I also had an opportunity to have a score here where I was like putting, like I was getting these like lines of like everything sort of matchy that I could have put stuff over to like make a square. So, you know, I could have done better strategy if I'd had more ways to score, I think. Did you have a card that says you get 1 or 2 choices then? Ooh, or what? Xenophil, what about just 4 independent squares and you could just pick any 2 of them?
So let's wanting to kind of address. So Flo's got 4 sets of 2 touching and 1 set of 3 touching. But you know, if you were motivated to make squares, then it would have been, yeah, you would have actually tried to make them. What I think Xenophil's saying is that sometimes rather than just flipping 1 card, sometimes you flip 2 cards. So that way the 2 different things don't have to be fixed. They can be totally separate. Yeah, so instead of having a set combination of dominoes, you have an equal number of each half of a domino in a pile. You draw 2 pieces and make the domino. Then have a card that tells you if you get 1 or 2 dominoes. That could be a way. So actually, you're not even creating this. I think you probably want to have an equal number of all the matches,
right?
As well as just an equal number of each type of thing. Because if you got, the same, like all the doubles coming up randomly, that would be really annoying, I think. Well, you can't have infinite dominoes. You can have 25 types of dominoes. Wait. Yeah, 5 times 5, although some of them are the same. So I guess it's actually 15. Yeah, there's 10 pairs and 5 singles. So there's 15 possibilities. But I mean, it could be that every turn, if there's 15 possible dominoes, it could be that you have 25, like maybe doubling the doubles and you've got all the singles. But then, yeah, as Xenophil says, like sometimes you have to use this one specific thing, but then at certain points you get options. Although then that's also how many of the question marks do you have? Because
yeah, but I think I get what you're saying about the card counting, but I don't know. I guess I'm not a very good card counter. Since you take 5 of them out, there are always going to be 5 that aren't in there. So there's always going to be a question of which ones are being played.
Yeah, I don't think that card counting is that much of a problem. Frankly, if someone enjoys card counting to get the advantage knowing that the last card is one of 6 possibilities, that's still not that big an advantage. And Yeah, I don't see it as a problem. Like,
But I
if
do
you are
kind of
playing
like the
through literally
randomness of just
everything,
drawing just drawing two different things. I don't know. I'll think
like,
about it. I'll think
what do you
about
mean
it.
you like the randomness
I,
of
I
just drawing
kind of
two
like the
different
idea
things?
of, you've just got little squares, and each square is one side of a domino. I kind of like that idea. I also kind of feel like you'd the probability of getting doubles would be increased a little bit.
Well, it
Whereas
depends
I wrote
how you
out,
draw
like, here
them.
are my 5 designs, and I had an equal number of each
Well, the
design that
probability,
came
yes, it
up in
would be
this.
about 1 in 5. Whereas right now, you can play with that a wee bit.
But you could
Yeah,
still take
actually,
some out, I guess.
if you just do, because there's 15 permutations, 2/3 of them are individual, and that's before you even do the question marks. So if you wanted to have all the permutations, actually that's 20 dominoes, because 5 with question marks, 5 singles that are 2 of one kind, and 10 variants. So then the question becomes, if you were to have those plus another, like, how many question marks do you have just now?
There are 5 total in the deck, one with each design side.
And are they always on their own?
Yes, they're
Yeah.
all a single card. None of them are on a double card. So I did one of each of the permutations, like this.
I mean, I guess you could also have a double
on the double
question
card.
mark.
Yeah. And then I had one of each of the doubles. So I ended up with 25 cards, but still an equal number of each design.
You could have a double question mark. That's the only thing that you might not have.
I don't have a double.
But, like, if you have it right at the
question mark
start,
like it's its own design, that would give me 26 cards. You could deal 20. You could deal 6 out of the initial deck.
No, I think that's 21 designs. Because
right, but I have the double cards. I have the cards that give you a choice. So I have all of the designs except the question marks and the doubles on those you get to choose cards.
So currently you've got 5 cards that are the same thing twice, 10 cards that are 2 different things, 5 dominoes. 5 possible dominoes that are something with a wild, and 1 possible if you wanted it, which is double wild, which, to be honest, I'm not sure if you want that double wild.
Yeah,
because double
but then
wild,
you're missing
right,
the 5. There are 5 of these cards as well. There are 5 that give you the 2 choices. And each of the XY versions are on one of these. There are 5 of these. That's how I have 25 cards. So it would be 26 if I added.
So you had 5 times 5 of them. So there were 25 dominoes that you put on those 5 cards.
No, there are 10. There are 10 total. So the 10 ways that you can
10. Okay, yes.
Those are on these, and I kind of randomly assigned those as randomly as you can.
Well, it'll be each one of them is missing one of the things. Yeah, and that's the only possible way that can happen. Yeah, actually, that's really nice. That feels like that permutation is already really solid, and so it is kind of. And Xenofuel says, right now, though, I know there's only 1 set of doubles. So if one comes up, I know I can put that over there without fear of it coming up again. But, yeah, so it's this kind of knowledge. Is that a good thing or a bad thing? What do you think, Sarah? I've got an opinion, but what do you think?
I don't know. I play with people who would like that knowledge. Like, they open up the King Domino book and they look at how many of each can possibly come up, and they're like, all right, here's what's left in that deck that we're yet to turn, and I'm like, I don't care. I'm just playing. So, but I also design, I design a little for me and I design a little for them because I know that's who I will play with the most frequently. So I guess it's what do you think would be, and I feel like this is not necessarily something I would market, although I feel like it has kind of that little something, like it's like almost there that you could almost put it out as a little marketable game, but I'm thinking it will end up as a freebie on my website. But I don't know. What do you think?
Yeah, I feel like I like the card distribution. Now I've kind of understood it. I like the fact that it's very neat. It kind of fits a pattern. It's kind of got, okay, these are the meta rules for designing the cards, all of these. And like Xenofuel says, it's good for Zoom meetings at work. And that was the entire, brainchild behind these like printerless flip and writes that we were talking about on Tuesday. I feel like this is a really solid thing. I would probably be happy to play it again, like maybe once or twice more. I do wonder if, like my game, it's going to get to the point where after 3 games, it just, okay, that's pretty much it, which there's no way to know unless you actually play it out a few times on your own or with others, indeed. But seeing how the points work, having some extra thing, it's difficult because you want to have some extra excitement or interest without making it too complicated and overwhelming.
Right.
Because I do like the idea of some sort of triangular scoring for groups, because if I was like, oh, you know what, I could actually put in a little thing here, that might be interesting. Potentially, I mean, how many of each thing is there? I'm actually wondering now, how many of each type of shape is there? One. Like, how many times does vertical lines repeat?
I want to say
Because it would be 1, 2, 3, 4.
I counted it, but I lost the paper I counted it on.
5, 6, 7, 8.
2, 3, 4, 5, 6. All right, with doubles, I have 11 horizontals. Is that right? 1, 2, 3.
Okay.
4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Okay, so
Cinefuel says, I like the overlapping 5 and the 2x2. And yes, that's true. The doubles would be less evil if you had the 2x2. Then it would be like, okay, now it's an opportunity to do this.
So you think that you should be able to score more than once in a row or column, if you
that's what Xenofuel is suggesting. And I don't know, what do you think, Flo? I think that seems like both of these seem like a fine thing. I would almost say, if I had to score, I would say 1 point for each 5 in a row. If you get, so here where it's circle, diagonal, polka, vertical, horizontal, if I had another circle at the bottom, that would be another 5 in a row, so I would get 2 points for that column. That's how I would score it. And then the 2x2, I would give maybe 2 points for that, because you've got to do something completely different for that, or maybe even 3, I don't know. But I would leave it as, I wouldn't be multiplying things by 5 or by 4. I would just do 1 point for each of the 5s and 2, maybe 3 points for a 2x2.
Okay.
I guess, the other way to do it, if you absolutely need, yeah. But no, it seems really good. And sorry, Flo
Yeah, I think that's
says
true, Flo.
maybe the more ways there are to score, the more the end scores might vary.
Yeah, which I think is what you're looking for, right? You don't want the end score. You want them to be close, but you don't want them to be so close that half of the
because
people
in
playing all get
reality,
8 points.
3 of us got 8 points.
Right, right.
And
me, the designer of the game, lost again. As per usual.
a 2x2 potentially
That's a
ruins
really
2 rows
good
and columns.
point. Yeah. Yeah.
That's true. Not just through it. So actually, you are potentially giving up 4 points for that.
Mm-hmm. So maybe they're worth 5 points.
No, because doing the 4 points for the rows and columns is actually... So my instinct is that 3 points is probably right. Because it's 1 fewer than what you would get if you actually did the things. Yeah, thinking about it and how much it ruins is a really nice way to think about it. Yeah, 2x2 is easier to make, and would then like, I do want to try and keep these to a certain time limit, but love to let's potentially meet up again. Let's try some more things, and it would be interesting to see, okay, is there a broken strategy of just going for 2x2 and ignoring the 5 different things in a row? Is it possible that maybe you need to have maybe you need to have 4 different things in a row gives you a point? Maybe 4 different things in a row gives you a point, and then 5 different things in a row gives you 2 points. And if you get the 5th thing at the top, it's like every row or column of 4 different is 1 point. Maybe that's...
Yeah, maybe so. All right, so 4.
Maybe there's only one. Maybe there's only 4 different things.
1 point.
Is 5 the right number of different patterns to have? I don't know.
Yeah.
And there you go. You've got another fan in the chat.
Yay! I'd love to play with you as well. All right, so here's my thing. When we first started talking, Bez, we were talking about like once every 4 weeks. Now I've been on twice in 1 week, which is awesome. But I am not actually available again until Tuesday after next. So it would be like every other Tuesday. Would that be good?
So Tuesday, the 1st of June. Yep, I don't have anyone lined up, so let's have you on again. I've put your name down.
Okay.
I am actually going to just copy paste the description for today for then, and I think that might all apply still.
Are we going to replay these games, or are we going to do something completely different?
So that's a question.
I agree, Xenophil.
I am, and sorry, when you
so it would be a
agree,
smaller.
If you can always read out things, just So Xenophil said 5 is the right number of patterns with a 7x7.
So I mean, if you had 4 patterns, you'd go with a smaller grid.
Yeah. Is that going to be a better game? Is it going to be a worse game? Is it going to be too little? I'm just thinking if you had 4 patterns, you could make the patterns a bit more different, if you know what I mean.
Sure. Yeah, that's true.
I was kind of thinking,
and I've already been thinking how to even make the patterns that I have now a bit more different. So like squiggly lines, straight line. I like the circle instead of the blank, and the polka dot. And there's 4. And then I don't know. I'll play around.
Well, yeah, I felt like I really enjoyed it.
Thanks.
I was kind of, part of me was hoping that I would have one half of this potential idea, and you would have the other half.
Yeah.
And then they could
We
be
went
kind
in
of
like
put
totally
together.
different directions.
Yeah, it's kind of. Yeah, because with mine, I don't know how it can be improved. I'm kind of not too. Like, the fact that I managed to sneak in one more point than I thought was possible is quite interesting. I wonder if part of me was wondering if I made the different letters worth different amounts, like A and maybe something with A and B, it's worth 2 points, and A and C, or a B and C is only worth 1 point. And but you still need to get rid of the C's because you can't have that as your most thing. Or maybe unused C's are the thing that you score negatively. I don't know. But
make
I
them
feel
worth
like
less points to score, but make them the thing that is negative if you have them left over.
And thanks, Xenofuel. I do appreciate you saying that. Like, if you want to, I don't know how. I know you're officially working, I want to say, Mondays to Fridays around this time, but next Tuesday. So I was going to say, firstly, thank you, everyone. It has been lovely to have you, Sarah. Thank you, Flo. Thank you, Xenofuel, for playing along. I want to firstly remind people that those are all my links. I'm Stuff by Bez in all the places, and check out all those things. And Sarah, I've got your links and I'll paste them in. Where do you like to be found?
I really like to be found on Twitter at Big Girl Games 1. I like having conversations with people about games there and setting up playtests and all kinds of fun stuff. But you can also definitely go check out my website. And there are a bunch of free games on my website too.
That is super awesome. Now, I am after this, and yep, if there's anything that anyone wants to share, anything that you're up to, anything that you're doing, feel free to share it. I should actually, where's my other, I'm going to yeah, there we go. For my next streams, look at stuffbybez.com/streams. So tomorrow I am in the morning every day at 10 a.m. UK time. I'm playing something. Tomorrow I'm doing a mentorship thing with Dutch Yoda and talking about Dutch Yoda's Kickstarter for a flip and write. In the afternoon, I'm probably going to be playing some board game arena game, maybe the latest one that they just came out with. I've never played it. I know nothing about it other than it's recent and it has a 9-minute playtime according to them. So I imagine we'd be able to play through that a few times, maybe a bit of Martian dice, something relatively mindless. And Sunday I'll be playing stuff myself. And yeah, if this is the time that works for you, next week I am playing Tranquility with Peter on Tuesday, playing something with Mill, maybe Stone Age, on Thursday, and Friday, no idea. Maybe I will do some sort of prototype. So if you fancy joining in next week, if I'm on my own, I will probably be playing something on my own. Yes, you were asking, should we do the same thing? Should we do something completely different?
New challenge for week after next?
Should we evolve these things? Yeah, I am keen to keep working on this. I feel like there's something here. Like, I might have some sort of. Also, I was trying to think of a theme, like some sort of cooking, but I couldn't think of good ingredients. And so that's why I just went with letters. But I would like to, I'd like to try it a bit more. And if you want to keep working on your own thing, and then we do both of them next week and we talk about them, I'm happy to, meet up regularly, however it goes.
Okay.
But
All right.
for now, let's just keep in touch and assume that with the reality that we are probably going to go a little bit over and the hour, even though I said it would be an hour. But anyway.
Oh, well, I felt like we got good engagement, and so yeah, I'm fine
I
today.
really enjoyed playing with you.
I enjoy
And
playing with you, and I enjoy playing with Flo and Xenofuel as well. So that
yes,
was
I
great.
thank you. Both of you have said thank you for the I really appreciate these kind words. And it is, of course, so lovely having an audience. And even if we can't see your faces, having you there. I am going to now raid. I am going to raid the same person I raided earlier today, who is Amadeus Music, because Amadeus is celebrating their 1 year anniversary with a 24-hour stream. So they are playing all sorts of music in a zebra onesie. And
That's
this is
awesome.
these are the kind of shenanigans that I want to encourage.
Sounds like great
So
shenanigans.
for now, please feel free to copy paste some or all of that raid call so that Amadeus gets a whole bunch of hearts in the stream. And for now, the only thing left to say is bye, 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 bye. This is a goodbye song. Bye, 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 bye. Thank you for watching along. Bye, 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 bye. This is the end of the show. Bye, 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 bye. And now it's time to go. Bye, 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 bye. This is a goodbye song. Bye, 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 bye. Thank you for watching along. Bye, 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 bye. This is the end of the show. Bye, 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 bye. And now it's time to go. Bye-bye.
Bye.
Bye-bye, Xenofuel. Bye-bye, Flo. Bye-bye, Sarah.
Bye bye, Bez.
That's the end.
Oh, that's the end.
That's the end.